Hi friends, Laura Lynn here. Well, I'm at a park in a town that's next to me, and I got my thrift shirt on. It says it's a coffee and thrift shopping kind of day. I don't know if you can see it. I forgot my tripod pod. Anyway, and I stopped off at this park because I wanted just to chill out. I'm having my smoothie, and I wanted to just uh, do a short little intro video to, back in October, I said that I was going on a wellness journey. And guys, I was like, my body was in like fight or flight mode. Um, so, just a little background. Um, 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. We caught it early, but I had to have 6 weeks, 7 weeks of radiation. I went on these cancer drugs, these tamoxifen for 4 months. It was absolutely horrible. I went off that. I was just in tears. It was sucking the calcium out of me. It was making me feel like I was 80 years old and I didn't like it. So I turned to holistic medicine. I still went to my oncologist. He knew that. And got off of those drugs, which took about a month to get off it, and I started taking supplements and things like that. So I was on a wellness journey then too. Okay, fast forward 2019, so it's 7 years later. And mind you, David had a full-time job. We had three full-time businesses that I was running from home, but he was part of. So it was very stressful. Okay. It was stressful. Don't get me wrong. We enjoyed it. We had a wedding business. I had my own studio photography business. And then David had mine was a beach wedding business, and we had a family photography business, which were people that came into Daytona Beach on vacation. We would do their beach pictures. So fast forward to 2019, I was diagnosed with breast cancer again. And the first time I just had a lumpectomy. So the second time, the decision, as soon as he told me, I knew what was going to have to happen. And it was an area that was being looked at back all the way from 2014. So it was what it was, right? We caught it in time, but I had to have, uh, they call it a radical double mastectomy and reconstruction. Now, I'm not one, I don't take pills and drugs unless I have to. I just don't. I've had so many antibiotics in the last, 13 years that it messed up my stomach totally. So, anyway, I decided to have this very different type of reconstruction. I'm going to say that. So, it ain't just you go in there and you have your mastectomy and they put some implants in and then you go home. Okay. I had a body transplant, basically. I had my stomach tissue cut out and put up into the top half of me. So it was very natural. It's my own body, but it did have, I did have a percentage where it could, 2%, my body could reject it. And that has happened. It was a 9.5 hour surgery and a very long, hard, oh, I'm sorry. There's a car going, a very long, hard recovery. For the surgery, I had to gain 20 pounds. So I had just lost, right before my first breast cancer, diagnosis, I had just lost 2 years before that 20 pounds. I had topped out at about 170 pounds. I had, oh my gosh, you guys. This park is very noisy. Now we got the fire department or something, some sort of siren going off. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I hope you can still hear me. I was going to pause it, but I won't. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, guys, I had to pause it because evidently they're doing some testing with the the fire trucks and their horns. Okay, anyway, so I had just lost like 10 pounds and then 25 pounds, okay, because I had topped off at 170. And I went to Weight Watchers for a year, and then the diagnosis came, and the drugs made you just gain weight. As soon as I got on those drugs, I gained the weight back. Just about all of it, up to 150 anyway. But, so anywhere in between there, I had become a vegan. And honestly, it's the best I ever felt. My cholesterol was perfect. I was able to maintain about between 145 and 150. I would go up and down a little bit, but I felt good. Then this diagnosis comes in 2019. I make this decision. I have to gain 20 pounds. And COVID happens during it. I've had to have some of my surgeries afterward, because there's a series of surgeries that you have afterwards, after the initial. I was on all kinds of heavy antibiotics and steroid shots and everything. And so when I went through that through 2021, and we decided to move to, we didn't know where at the time, but we decided that we were going to get out of Florida. And because I love Florida, but it was getting so expensive, and David was wanting to retire, and we just knew that it was getting so busy and so crazy. And I just knew that my body cannot go at that pace anymore. I just couldn't do it. So we did end up in Arkansas, and Arkansas was because we found land here in our price range to be able to do what we want. We had we had a list of stipulations, and it ticked all the boxes. That was the reasoning. I really wanted to stay around Georgia, upper Florida, lower Alabama, somewhere in there, but the land was just, it was outrageous at that point. And I didn't really want to even come this far up because I did not want snow. I'm not a snow girl at all. But luckily here we get like one snow, and it's quick. So anyway, so that is how just like the weight came. And then, I mean, when we moved here, I was not, I was only a year out of healing, year and a half. And I just had so many issues when I moved here. The difference in altitude, the difference in temperature, my body just had enough. And I ballooned back up to 170 pounds because I couldn't do anything. My knee blew up. I mean, there's just a series of things that happened to me here that I got severe bronchitis. I got stung by a wasp and had an allergic reaction. I had a reaction to antibiotics. I mean, it was just one thing after the other. You just can't make this stuff up, guys. So I just kept on. It just wasn't getting better. It wasn't getting better. And by last year, I was in full-blown, like I said, fight or flight mode. My body was just on fire. I was a nervous wreck. I ended up having to have a complete hysterectomy, which was a shock to my system in the middle of all of it. That caused my blood pressure to rise super, super high. Because of that, and that was stressing me out, and the stress. Luckily, I have a wonderful nurse practitioner, and she knows that I'm not a drug person. I said, I'm not going on statins. I'm not going on this, that, and the other, because I don't believe it's a heart issue. And she didn't either. She believed it was a complete nerve system thing. But when I got the blood pressure under control, I still was like on fire. I didn't know what was going on. Just inflammation and brain fog, and just every day I felt like crap. I could barely get out of bed. So I have been on this journey of trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And I finally, right after the holidays, I took a food sensitivity test and found out that it gives you like severe reactions. Now, these are reactions, these are not allergies. Severe reactions, moderate, and then you're green to go. And I kind of knew what was going to happen. I knew that I needed like no dairy. I severe red in the thing reactions to dairy, anything dairy, um, and gluten, anything wheat, barley, any grain type of thing, basically. And some of the things of processed stuff that they put in, and I found out my iron was low, my B12 was low, my beta carotene was low, the hydraulic acid in my body skin was low. So it was kind of a shock at some things, but and it was a shock because there was a lot, and there was some meats that I had moderate to severe reactions to, and they were the meats that I always eat. Like, I don't eat beef hardly ever, and it was chicken and turkey, and this is like something that I love to eat, like chicken any which way but loose. I mean, I like it baked, broiled, fried. I don't eat a lot of fried, but you know what I mean, with sauce on it, and it just, you name it, shredded, it doesn't matter. So that was kind of a shock to me. So I immediately, the next day, I went shopping, and I got things that I needed to ease me into this gluten-free, dairy-free, whatever free life that I was going to have, right? And guys, I have lost 8 pounds since I started this, and it was like February. It was like the last week of January. It's slow, but it's staying off. I am walking 3 days a week right now. I am feeling so much better. Part of my journey too has been my teeth, which is devastating to me. This is something that is completely from everything, the trauma and everything that I've been through. It is just, I'm having bone loss. I used to have strong teeth. My dentist would be like, "You have strong teeth," and it kind of started after I did the cancer drugs the first time, and then after the second breast cancer thing, and all that trauma, all the surgery, all the anesthesia, the hysterectomy, everything has just, and I'm doing everything I can. We're doing everything I can, but it's very scary. Right now I have like a retainer thing in, because I had this tooth I knew was going to come. This was a injury tooth, but my teeth I'm getting bone loss, and they're getting brittle, and it's just devastating to me. So right now I'm waiting for I'm going to be getting rid of this. I'm waiting for my new like fake tooth flipper thing until I get the bridge in, which might not be till the end of the year, by the time the insurance things work out their stuff and all that. So that's another thing that I've been dealing with. So I really suggest, and I want to tell you, after 2 weeks of being off all that stuff, the relief was unbelievable. My energy was unbelievable. I also got on a slow release iron pill. I also started adding some nutritional yeast. Of course, I'm eating a little bit more red meat, and I do take a sublingual B complex, and once a week I will do just a B12. So that is kind of what's going on with me. I am starting to, and I'm going to do a video on this. I just wanted to give you kind of like a outline of what's been going on. I'm changing my makeup. I had reactions to some detergent, things that were in detergents and stuff. and I've going all natural, and I have found this company that I'm trying out right now. I've got the makeup on. It's called Honeybee Gardens, and I'm loving it. So I'll be sharing that with you guys. I've got some more stuff that I've got a skincare that I've ordered in. I want to try that, and then I'll let you know what's going on with that. But I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Get a body sensitivity test. My daughter just did my granddaughter's. And we found out that definitely she has a dairy issue because she always says her stomach hurts, and there's a few other things. So, yeah, they're working on her. And with a little child, a young little girl, it's hard because kids nowadays, they're not like us. They just don't wolf down vegetables and stuff, which is it's a shame, but they don't. Me, I love every vegetable. There ain't a vegetable you can't give me. I'll take that over like a steak. So anyway, I'm mostly on I said I had a reaction to eggs. I've never had one. So I took them out and then I eased them back in, and I'm really not. So I don't know if it was the egg, maybe with something else that would be triggering it. I don't know. But so I've been eating a lot of eggs, bacon, some beef, really no chicken, no turkey. Every once in a while I will pop some chicken in, and I do pretty well with it. So that was in the moderate category. So we'll see what happens. So it's like you take it away and you can kind of bring it back after so long, but I'm kind of getting used to this diet now, so I'm sticking with it. I feel good. I'm not bloated. I don't need seconds. I'm still working on the sweet tooth a little bit, even though I don't eat I don't eat regular sugar. I do use stevia in my coffee. I've had to go to a low acid coffee, things like that. But try it. At least it gives you an idea of where you need to go with it. So, I'm actually going to post this on my YouTube channel, and hopefully you came over from Instagram and Facebook. I might do a few little clips from it. I don't know, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. I know it's a bit long, but I kind of wanted to give you a background of kind of where I have started in the last 13 years that has brought me to this point. But guys, I can't say enough about getting a body. I did the body sensitivity, which did a lot of stuff, not just food. Minerals and stuff like that. And I will retest. I'm going to give it a year, and then I'll retest again and see what's going on. I definitely know it's a gluten and dairy thing, which for me, I love bread, but I'm going to be starting to learn how to do some baking with dairy, without the dairy and without the gluten, with different flours, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I love you all. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll address them. All right? Okay, guys, you have a wonderful, blessed day. Remember that you're the light and the salt, and that Jesus loves you. And if you don't know him, please, I'm not talking brick and mortar church. I'm talking from you to him. Ask him to show you who he is. He will. Blessings.